So right now, it may seem like ADA price is stuck and not really making up much ground. And first of all, I have to point out the fact that not really much in the market outside of BTC is making much headway to the upside. BTC is kind of the coin that leads everything right now. And there's a very specific reason why ADA hasn't made that surge. But when it does do this exact thing, things are going to get quite a bit more lively. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So obviously ADA has been very comfortable, actually very comfortable in this 35-cent range, which is a very drastic difference from what we were experiencing just a couple months ago. If you guys remember, we were kind of teetering on that point of drop. People talked about ADA breaking further to the downside. And frankly, right now, we're actually just sitting right at the bottom of this opportunity box. We actually started all the way back here in June. And you guys see that actually, if we extend this out, I mean, we're still in it right now. We're kind of waiting for that moment where we get a little bit of a push to the upside. Not to say that there's something actually very cool playing out in the charts right now. That inverse head and shoulders is actually getting confirmed as we speak. So we'll see if we do end up getting this surge, which frankly could target somewhere around the 40-cent level. But what I want to talk about is what ADA is frankly fighting right now. And this is actually this thick concentration of liquidity right around these ranges. There is a big concentration of in the money, out of the money people. All right. So we're kind of sitting compressed in this very tight zone. And what we're experiencing right now is it's very difficult for us to push out of this zone. Frankly, it sits somewhere around here, but basically between 40 cents and like 34 cents, right where we're at right now. And the reason we're not making much headway is because we haven't seen that burst of excitement in the market. To escape these types of ranges, these thick concentrations of liquidity, you need a spark. You need something to happen in the market. So for example, we dealt with the same kind of thing back here in terms of ADA. We were dealing with this tight compression in terms of liquidity, and it was very difficult to get out of that range. We were actually in that range basically from August through later in October. So kind of a similar timeline to actually what we're experiencing right now. And actually, one of the most similar instances of this taking place is actually on another coin that I talk about here on the channel. That's Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu for a very long time, even in the early part of the bull market cycle through basically end of February, it was stuck in this very condensed area of liquidity. All right. And it's a range where most holders get comfortable in. Most people aren't really willing to venture outside of those ranges. The reason why I'm mentioning this is, people are saying, we can't break past 40 cents. Well, every time we've gotten to about 40 cents or so, we've done it in such a hurry that people get a little spooked and they're not really willing to buy above here. And that's okay. All right. During these times, that is a normal thing. That's why all this liquidity is kind of compressed together around these ranges. But what starts to happen is when you get a little more excitement in the market, when you experience this breakout, you kind of have this change in overall sentiment. All right. The people that are here currently that are sitting on the sidelines waiting for further drops, that FOMO begins to kick in. You compound that with new people outside the space entering the market for the first time and just trying to jump into something that's doing well, or top coins in the space like ADA is. That's where you start to get a little bit of a push. That's why when we look just above here at what took place, obviously in the latter part of last year and the earlier part of this year, there is thin liquidity up above here. If you guys remember, ADA had many days where it was making, 4 to 10, sometimes even 15% moves. Actually, this day, for example, was a 20% move. But there is thin liquidity up here. We've now gone through this period where so many people have accumulated down in these lower ranges. We have seen so much accumulation by large entities that frankly, there's not a lot of ADA standing above here to basically keep us from moving higher. What we're lacking right now in terms of ADA and the overall crypto market is demand. All right. And this isn't a bad thing. This is just what happens during this time. And this isn't an ADA specific thing. All right. This you can see basically anywhere throughout the market. We're not seeing coins that are really taking huge steps. Yes, there have been some, and it's because you have a lot of people in the space that are just trying to chase gains right now. And that's the number one way to get wrecked in this market. It's the number one way to get stuck as a bag holder. I'm sure many people did that during the last market cycle at the height as we were pumping to all-time highs and then had to ride the wave down. Many people, those are most of the people that complain and talk about assets not hitting their all-time highs right now. Because guess what? That doesn't happen right now. All right. We have to just be patient and let these things play out. But the point I want to make is there will come a point where we escape this compression of liquidity and people are wondering what happened, why ADA makes a 50% move, a 100% move, why ADA is going back and retackling some of these prices from earlier this year. It's because so much liquidity has been removed by buying and buying and buying and accumulating and people unloading their positions to people that have more of a long-term mindset. We always go through this transition in market cycles where you have assets move from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient. We're finally at this point where supply and demand are meeting each other again in terms of ADA. And all you need is that little push where demand gets a little bit higher than that supply and we're off to the races. So hopefully I didn't bore anyone with this. We're really just waiting for that moment. And right now, because ADA is getting so compressed, don't be surprised by the next push in terms of BTC, by a next breakout in the crypto market, really being the one that sends ADA out of this tight range of liquidity that we're currently stuck in. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Again, if you guys want to check out my indicator, it's a great tool to use during these times. It's identified tons of great opportunities to accumulate. Hopefully this inverse head and shoulders continues to play out, but have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.